Hi, I'm Sarah, and you're watching Can Sarah DIY It. Today, I am going to have some fun with this square coaster mold and epoxy two-part resin that cures in about 6 hours. And I wanted to use alcohol inks and white pigment and try this technique where you drop the alcohol ink in the resin after it's been poured, and then you drop white pigment on top of it, and it causes the alcohol ink to drop further into the epoxy. You can see off to the right that I had leftover resin, and so I poured it into the rainbow soap mold that I had, and I figured why not try this technique on a deeper mold, and I decided to play. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my molds that have the epoxy in it with my heat gun just to remove some bubbles. And then I'm going to go in with my alcohol ink. I had to poke holes in the tops to get the alcohol ink out. And so when I started putting the alcohol ink, my alcohol ink wasn't spreading like I've seen in other videos. But I just went with it because this was my first attempt, and I'm like, let's just see what happens. Hopefully it turns out good. And I went for it. The rectangular piece is the base, sort of the holder for all the coasters. So that is a little bit of a deeper piece, and it just has like sides, and I wanted to see what it would look like and if the ink would sort of drip up the sides of the coaster holder. And so what I did is I did the ink droplets in purple, green, and blue. And then I went back in with the white. Then I again went in with the three colors and back in with the white droplets. What you're supposed to do is for each drop of ink, you do a drop of the white pigment. And that is supposed to cause the alcohol ink to drip further into your epoxy. I did go into the rainbow mold with some like bright neon colors, orange, yellow, pink, and so on. I did another mold as well off screen, but I will show you unmolding it and sort of that process. I didn't catch doing the inks and the white pigment on camera, but you'll see that coming up here in a little bit. So the best part of any resin video is unmolding, and this is no exception. Here I am. So this is a soap mold. So the shine that you normally get with a resin unmolding doesn't happen with this particular mold, but look at how pretty this is. I'm so happy with the alcohol ink method on this piece, even though it has that matte finish. Here I am trying to like get close-ups on this thing. I'm an amazing videographer. It really is so beautiful, and I love this piece. Now, obviously, this is my first attempt at doing the alcohol ink and the white pigment droplets, so I feel like I can do better, but still, I'm really in love with how this piece turned out. So beautiful. I think it's gorgeous, and I want to keep trying and doing more. It's totally different from the way the other ones turned out. Now I applied tape around the back of the rainbow soap mold so that I could backfill it and give it just a cleaner back. And I had not filled the coasters up completely. I took some white alcohol ink and mixed it in with some clear epoxy resin, and I'm just backfilling the coasters, and I am going to do the same thing with the rainbow mold, just so that they have a nice finished look before I unmold them. And now here's the final reveal. I have not seen what these look like. I have no idea. These were my first attempt. So what I did notice right off the back is that you can see some of the white pigment. And I believe from what I have researched and watched from other people that you're not supposed to be able to see the white pigment. It's supposed to just be the alcohol ink. So in theory, is this a success or a fail? You know, maybe it's not quite a success. I will say I love these. Like, I think they are stunning. So beautiful. I'm just like blown away by these. And of course, you know, I think they're amazing. I've never done anything like this before. I've actually never used alcohol ink even to dye my resin. I usually use pigment powders. So I'm just like so happy. Each one is better than the next. I did try to be somewhat uniform with these, as it is a set of coasters. So here I am just unmolding everything. And when I unmold the stand for all the coasters, I think that ends up being one of the really beautiful pieces, because it has sort of a crystal clear resin at the top, and then the ink has the droplets coming up because of the white pigment, and it's sort of a showstopper type piece. So this trinket tray is the one that I did not film actually doing the alcohol ink and white pigment drops, but I am going to show you unmolding it. And these are the 3 colors I used. This is what it looked like before I put a black bottom coat on it. And here goes. Look at this. Wait until you see. This has got to be my favorite. Ready? Oh, look. So again, I know you can see some of the white pigment, but I just love the way this turned out. I love it. And it's perfect. Like the way the resin is like crystal clear, and the pigment, the dots and everything look great. I'm so happy that I went with a black base, like the final layer. I'm just so thrilled with how this turned out. Now I have a desire to try and sell some of the things that I make. So I took this adhesive backed cork that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. So yes, each sheet was $1. I purchased it a while back, and I am just tracing the bottom of my trinket tray and each coaster, and I am cutting them out, and then I am sticking them to the back of each piece. And it is a really simple thing to do, but I think it gives it such a clean, professional look, and I love the finished pieces. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so. I am a growing channel, and I would love to have you join me for the journey and see what kind of trouble I can get myself into. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. I hope that you learned something and maybe got inspired to try something new yourself. Make sure to try something new and challenge yourself this week. Have a great one. Goodbye.